You ever watch those shows about the Amish? They're building barns by hand, growing their own food, and living a life that seems a million miles from our own. They've got food on the table, a roof over their heads, and a strong sense of community. I'm going to share 15 Amish-inspired tips that can help you save money, simplify your life, and maybe even find a little more peace of mind in the process. First things first, let's talk about consumption. The Amish use what they need, and that's it. No leaving the lights on in an empty room, no taking hour-long showers, no mountains of food going to waste. Every time you turn on a light, you're burning a little bit of money. Start small. Swap out those old incandescent bulbs for energy-efficient LEDs. Turn off the water while you brush your teeth. Unplug your electronics when you're not using them. The Amish respect the value of hard work and the effort it takes to provide for themselves, and that respect translates into a lifestyle that's both frugal and sustainable. Now let's talk about food. The Amish cook from scratch, using fresh, whole ingredients. Think about the last time you went grocery shopping. How much of your cart was filled with pre-packaged, processed food? All that convenience comes at a cost, literally. Cooking from scratch doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Start with simple recipes using basic ingredients. The Amish have figured out that cooking at home isn't just about saving money. It's about taking control of your health and well-being. Plus, it's a great way to connect with your family and pass down some good old-fashioned cooking skills to the next generation. This next tip, it's all about resourcefulness. The Amish fix what's broken, repurpose what they can, and aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. How many things do you throw away each year that could have been repaired or reused with a little effort? Learning a few basic DIY skills can save you a ton of money in the long run. Simple things like sewing on a button, patching a hole in your jeans, or fixing a leaky faucet. There's a real sense of satisfaction that comes from fixing something yourself. It's about taking pride in your belongings and appreciating the value of what you have. Plus, it's a whole lot cheaper than buying new all the time. Now let's talk about gardens. The Amish understand the value of a good garden. It's not just about saving money on groceries, although that's a big part of it. Even a small patio garden or a few pots on a windowsill can make a difference. Tomatoes, herbs, lettuce, these are all things you can easily grow yourself. Imagine stepping outside your back door and picking fresh vegetables for dinner. The Amish know how to work the land, preserve their harvest, and make the most of what they grow, and you know what? You can too. Ooh. Speaking of making the most of what you grow, let's talk about food preservation. The Amish are masters of making their harvest last. Canning, pickling, drying, freezing, you name it, they've got a technique for it. All those fresh fruits and vegetables from your garden or even from the farmer's market, they don't last forever. Unless, of course, you know how to preserve them. Canning might seem intimidating, but it's really not that complicated. You can find recipes for everything from jams and jellies to pickles and salsa. The Amish understand that preserving food is about more than just saving money. Alright, let's talk about buying in bulk. The Amish understand the power of buying in large quantities. The more you buy, the lower the price per unit. For those staples that you use regularly, rice, beans, flour, oats, buying in bulk can save you a significant amount of money over time. Look for local co-ops or wholesale clubs where you can get bulk discounts. And don't be afraid to team up with friends or family to split larger purchases. The Amish often work together to buy in bulk, sharing resources and leveraging their collective buying power to get the best deals. Let's be honest, folks, clothes can be expensive. The Amish believe in making do with what they have, repurposing clothes, and embracing the beauty of hand-me-downs. How many clothes do you have in your closet that you haven't worn in months? Years even? Thrift stores, consignment shops, online marketplaces? These are your new best friends. You can find amazing deals on gently used clothing, furniture, and just about anything else you can imagine. The Amish understand that one person's trash is another person's treasure, and they're not afraid to give something a second life, a third life, or even a fourth life. Embrace the practicality and durability over fashion fads. Alright, this next tip might seem a little old-fashioned, but trust me on this one. The Amish don't have much use for electric clothes dryers. They prefer to let the sun and wind do the work, and their energy bills reflect that. Line drying your clothes is not only good for your wallet, it's good for the environment, and it's actually gentler on your clothes, which means they'll last longer. If you've got the space, invest in a clothesline. If not, a drying rack will do the trick. Hang your clothes up to dry and let nature do its thing. The Amish understand that sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. Now let's talk about supporting your local community. The Amish understand the importance of buying local. They support their neighbors, get to know the people who grow their food and make their clothes, and contribute to the local economy. When you buy from a local farmer's market or a small business, you're not just getting a product, you're getting a story. You're supporting a dream. Local businesses create jobs, foster a sense of community, and often offer unique, handcrafted goods. The Amish have this whole shop local thing figured out. Alright, let's talk about stuff. The Amish believe in living simply, with only what they need. Think about your own life. How much time and energy do you spend cleaning, organizing, and maintaining all your stuff? How much money do you spend on things you don't really need? Minimalism isn't about deprivation. It's about being intentional with your possessions and focusing on what truly adds value to your life. The Amish understand that true wealth isn't measured in possessions. You ever notice how the Amish always seem to be helping each other out, sharing tools, sharing resources, working together to get things done? Think about your own community. What resources are available to you that you might be overlooking? Libraries, community centers, parks. These are all places that offer a wealth of resources, often for free or at a very low cost. Need to borrow a tool? Check out your local tool library. The Amish understand that we're all in this together. By sharing resources and supporting each other, we can create a stronger, more resilient community. Alright, let's talk about debt. The Amish believe in living within their means and avoiding debt whenever possible. Debt, it's a heavy burden to carry. It can create stress, limit your options, and prevent you from achieving your financial goals. The Amish understand that true financial freedom comes from living below your means and saving for what you want. Now, I'm not saying that all debt is bad. Sometimes it's necessary to take on debt for things like a house or an education, but for the most part, it's best to avoid debt whenever possible. Now let's talk about quality. The Amish believe in investing in well-made, durable goods that will last a lifetime. They'd rather have one high-quality item that will stand the test of time than a dozen cheap knockoffs that will fall apart after a few uses. How much money do you waste on cheap, disposable products that break easily and end up in a landfill? The Amish understand that buying quality is an investment. When you invest in quality, you're not just buying a product, you're buying craftsmanship, durability, and peace of mind. The Amish have this whole quality over quantity thing figured out. Alright, let's talk about trading. The Amish are big on bartering. They understand that sometimes the best way to get what you need is to trade something you already have. What skills or resources do you have that you could trade with others? Maybe you're a whiz at fixing computers, or maybe you make a mean apple pie. Online marketplaces, community bulletin boards, even just word of mouth. These are all great ways to connect with people who are interested in bartering. You can trade goods, services, or even just time. The Amish have created a thriving economy based on bartering and trading. And it's a model that we can all learn from. Last but not least, let's talk about the next generation. The Amish understand the importance of teaching their children about money from a young age. They involve their kids in chores, teach them the value of hard work, and instill in them a strong work ethic. How much do your kids know about money? Do they understand where it comes from, how to save it, and how to spend it wisely? Teaching your kids about money is one of the greatest gifts you can give them. Start by giving them age-appropriate chores and allowing them to earn an allowance. The Amish understand that financial literacy is essential for a happy and successful life. So, there you have it. 15 Amish-inspired tips that can help you save money, simplify your life, and maybe even reconnect with some of the simpler things in life. Remember, it's not about deprivation. It's about being intentional with your choices. It's about focusing on what truly matters and creating a life that's both fulfilling and sustainable. Pick a tip, any tip, and give it a try. You might be surprised at how much you enjoy living a little more simply. And hey, if you've got any other frugal living tips, I want to hear them. Share them in the comments below. Until next time, stay frugal and live better for less.